The Furniture of the Sanctuary, Part 6, compiled by Shirley Jean Street, read by Wayne T. Street. The question may arise in many hearts, how may I become a light bearer in the earth? When Zerubbabel was trying under very adverse circumstances to rebuild the temple in Jerusalem, he came to a time when the difficulties appeared like mountains before him. Then the Lord sent his prophet with a message to help and encourage him. Zechariah was given a view of the golden candlesticks and was also shown where the oil that supplied the lamps comes from. He saw 2 olive trees, one on the right side of the bowl and the other on the left side, which through golden pipes kept the lamps supplied with oil, that they might burn brightly. Zechariah 4, verses 1 to 14. The prophet asked the angel the meaning of what he saw. In reply, the angel said, "This is the word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel, saying, Not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit, saith the Lord of hosts." Then he gave a message to Zerubbabel to go forward and said that the mountain of difficulties would become a plain before him, and that as surely as his hands had laid the foundations of the house of the Lord, so surely would he finish it. Zerubbabel was walking by faith in the words of the prophets who had foretold how and when Jerusalem would be rebuilt. 2 Chronicles 36, verses 20 to 23. But those prophets were dead, and he now faced difficulties that he might be tempted to think the prophets never expected would arise. Then God sent a living prophet with a message of encouragement to keep the light burning and enable Zerubbabel to press forward and complete the work prophesied of by the dead prophets. We cannot comprehend the word of the Lord without the Spirit to enlighten our minds. The light shines to the degree in which we take the word and risk our all upon it. And as we come into difficulties in following out the instruction given through the dead prophets, the Lord sends messages of strength and encouragement through the living prophet to enable us to press forward to victory. These are the 2 sons of oil, light givers, that stand by the Lord of the whole earth. It is the Spirit of God accompanying the word which has been committed to the people that will give light. Whatever the prophets of God have revealed to man in the past is light, and those who have adhered strictly to the testimony of God by his prophets, although it may be hundreds of years after the testimony was given, are spoken of favorably by the living prophet, as Zechariah spoke to Zerubbabel. Type and annotype. Exodus 40, verse 24. Golden candlestick in the first apartment of earth sanctuary. Revelation 11, verse 19. John saw the 7 golden candlesticks in heaven. Exodus 25, 37 and 40, verse 25, there were 7 lamps upon the candlestick. Revelation 4, verses 2 and 5, John saw 7 lamps of fire before the throne of God in heaven. Exodus 30, verses 7 and 8, the high priest trimmed and lighted the lamps in the earthly sanctuary. Revelation 1, verses 12 to 18, John saw Jesus, our high priest, in the midst of the candlesticks in heaven. Leviticus 24, verse 2, the lamps were burned continually, always shedding forth light. John 1, verse 9, the Holy Spirit lightens every soul that comes into the world, whether he accepts or rejects it.